Let's go Bang. Sekarang game keempat Bang ya. 2-1, 2 untuk Onyx, 1 untuk Twisted Mind. Let's go. Let's go. Ini dia Bang ya.
They extended the series off of an amazing long game for
Match
Twisted
point
Minds. Can they do it
untuk
again to take us
Onyx.
all the way to 5 games? We'll see if it happens. Brusco early on. Whoa.
Mati dong.
Oh, and be the king, first blood drawn.
Mati dong Brusco-nya. Udah.
Oh,
That's not good.
that is not the start that Onyx Philippines wanted. They want them dictating the tempo, but I think up against this Baksha, I just realized Baksha can roam around the map really well too, very quickly.
Oh, even Hadji actually stopped the recall of Super Friends there, so enough time bought again for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. Maybe Brusco was just like, man, I'm tired of playing Badang. Like, Kirk, you play him. And
Your turn.
Your turn. So, like, I don't know, maybe because he's played them the past couple games, he's like, oh yeah, oops, I forgot I'm playing the Joe. Like, you know, and ends up dying.
Hilranya pakai Moskop lagi.
Twisted Minds with that little bit of an advantage. And mind you, that little bit of advantage going to MP the King on the Joy is going to pay dividends, I feel like, especially into the first objective. You can see how aggressive he's being, right? He's on that side of the jungle. And Kirk is there, gives them the information, so
Yeah.
they might try to make a play before even that first Lord comes up, especially if Brusco does happen to have that Way of the Dragon by the time that the turtle comes up, then maybe they can make something happen. But this debut pick for Escalera, whoa, Hadji,
Forced out the flicker.
How's this Baksha roam work, man? Like, statistically, I know we've seen it around the other regions, but how good is it?
It's the speed, bro, and how tanky you are. The fact that you're also providing healing reduction. It's just a solid
Ay,
pick.
usahanya
I'm not sure of the total win
ngambil
rate
buff biru
globally,
dulu.
but it does pop up often that I ended up having to make a post about him.
You made a post about it. Well, right now, that'll help him go ahead and secure the first objective. Turtle secured and outplayed too. It looks like he's going ahead and winning his lane against Kawa right now. So a lot of good things happening for Twisted Minds in this game 4. And yeah, MP, like I said, the fact that he's got this early start's great for him. I'm wondering how King Kong's gonna go ahead and play catch up here a little bit, or if he's able to just kind of farm up, you know, do his thing.
Yeah, he might even pull off his very own turbo. Is that turbo jungling pattern?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was.
Back in the keys of victory.
Yeah, King Kong turbo jungling pattern again, with a momentum-based hero like Joy. So that's a good sign for Twisted Minds, and not to mention, as you mentioned rather, Escalera
Brusco-nya lagi ngecek
setting up to being
untuk buff ya.
literally the main information guy now for Twisted Minds. They always know where King Kong is rotating and where Brusco
Kapan
is
buff
hiding.
birunya akan muncul?
Brusco's level 4. I don't think you kick Escalera, obviously. Escalera, by the way, previous game just had a hell of a game. I like to see that we are in this portion of, well, I guess Twisted Minds has always been like this. Escalera playing the more unorthodox picks, you know, the Guinevere, and now you have the Baksha here. Really takes a certain type of player, but also team to go ahead and let that happen and play around it. And again, I think as we get through this game and get through some of these objectives, it's like Brusco, he's got to be the guy to start these fights up. There isn't really going to be much anyone else to do it unless Kirk is around the area. But he's kind of just forced to be in his own, you know, lane and follow around James. And we know that James has been the player, like the guy to play the Phobius to a pretty good game. They might not have win all the
Forest
time,
udah
but
jadi
James
untuk Kelra
is
cepat
just
juga.
kind of wrecking the opposing teams when he does get his hands on the Phobius.
Hunter
This might
strike
be one of those
untuk
games
King
where
Kong.
It's just going to be determined a lot by the major objective team fights. Usually when we have a Cho game, even a fast roaming pick such as the Baksha, there are skirmishes and little actions that happens in the river, in the jungle, but I think both Brusco and Escalera have just turned the page a bit and just decided, you know what, let's just focus on the major objectives. But wait, up top, this could be a big play.
Aduh.
Yikes.
KK connection gets one onto
Kena
outplay.
tombok Kelra tadi bang.
Instead for the turtle. So outplay for a turtle.
All right, so the two roamers have their eyes set on the major objective, but the difference is the junglers. King Kong
Sampai
wanted
hilang
to
loh.
help Kelra, MP wanted to get the major objective instead. But now it's a losing trade, it seems like, across the map for Twisted Minds, because Onyx Philippines were able to get the tower up top.
Yeah, they got quite a bit. You know, they gave up the turtle, sure. That's 2 in the hands of Twisted Minds, but you get a nice kill for King Kong, and then you get that turret down. They're going to go ahead and bring them a little bit of an advantage. Nothing too crazy. but still a play nonetheless for Onyx Philippines. Now
Yes.
Twisted Minds still in, I would say, you know, the majority of the control here, and working through it. You can see how the XP is going too across the board. And
Tapi
that's what I was
King-nya,
wondering, you know, how would King Kong deal with that early
levelnya lebih
advantage
tinggi
that
bang ya.
he had, and he's doing relatively fine, at least keeping up the levels, and that play up top was part of it.
I mean, jungling pattern uninterrupted. Even if Escalera provides a lot of vision for Twisted Minds, it doesn't necessarily translate to getting King Kong out of his rhythm. And at the same time, yeah, the kill up top plus the turret takedown is outplayed. Gets a turret for himself.
This is like one of those games where it's like you don't want to fight, so it's like we're just gonna go on opposite sides of the map and take these objectives while we can, and when we're ready we'll fight, because I feel like it's Onyx Philippines just kind of waiting to see what Twisted Minds even does here. Mid lane might be the focus.
The
Dapat.
mid lane and got super friends.
Waduh.
Brusco got caught in the crossfire again.
Midnya, bang.
Up against 5 members. Kirk just has to walk, but still he went in for the combo.
Mati harusnya,
Enough
enggak?
time bought to delay and save the turret. It gets taken down. Kelvin joins in
Melundak.
the picture, not
Oke.
gonna be able to bring down anyone. And Twisted
Langsung
Minds,
flicker Keldranya.
everyone survives.
This is exactly why I was
Jebol
judging over
harusnya
the
midnya
Eve
ini.
pickup. Although
Kalau
yes,
dipaksa.
there's still a possibility that it would struggle, but that was one of the best scenarios for Hadji to drop down the real-world manipulation, bring down the star field down to the gods themselves, and now it leads to this. Another turtle taken by Twisted Minds without a problem, and a lot of threat in the center of the map now. That Brusco and Super Friends are getting checked incredibly well by Twisted. Looking at the items, up to a Sky Piercer for the Granger. I was worried about the development of outplayed in this game, but now he has a very slight lead over Keller in the gold. And he has
Dapat dong.
Connects with the kick, finds Hadji. This time Keller was able to dish out the damage to bring down one. They want to go for James. Escalera joins the picture. James is able to flicker up, but Keller goes in as well. Super Prince was able to take down James. Next target is Escalera and a 4-kill swing for
Dapat
the Sonics.
Brusco loh.
Brusco.
Hajinya.
Meanwhile, the whole time, here's King Kong pushing another turret down, and we'll take a buff on top of it. Man, they came in and they said, I want it all.
Bro, it's all of the efforts of Twisted Minds in the past 2 minutes. You know what? Past 7 minutes of this game, just completely dashed, head bashed right into the wall as Onyx Philippines. I thought that they'd only walk away with 1 or 2,
Yeah,
but Twisted
same.
Minds decided to fight into it. The fact that Kirk timed his fist break and fist crack. Oh! King Kong found Haji, what?
Mati lagi Hajinya bang.
Solo kill in the middle lane, and now they catch
Ditahan
James
flickernya.
also. There's no flicker, so he might fall down. Super Friends connects.
SOD.
Keller with the SOD. He's not going to overcommit though, but 4 members of the Sonics are still here. They want to push the mid lane.
Oh, they're just going to push that mid lane.
Yeah, it's all falling apart for Twisted Minds. Onyx Philippines have found more than just second
Perasaan
win.
tadi kalah loh
Again
ini
again.
Onyxnya.
As it looked like Twisted Minds after that big sequence in the mid with
Tapi
Hadji,
gara-gara
real-world manipulation leading into the third turtle.
satu flicker
In a snap,
ulti
in a
dari Chow
flash, Onyx
langsung
Philippines
berbalik.
have taken total control of this game.
Yeah, you know, Brusco took
Tambah
that first
Hajinya
blood kill
kena
of
2
MP the
kali.
King personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that first blood, he wanted to make a play for Onyx, and that play in the mid lane that resulted to 4 kills for Onyx was the turning point for the Sonics.
Brusco, every time I see Brusco, man, he's like the Hulk, you know, like he
Yeah.
gets beat up, but it's like the more that he gets beat up, the more that he takes damage, like the angrier it gets and the more plays he pops off. Oh, mid lane again.
Nice.
Final pursuit, forcing them out of position, and Brusco got caught again by MP the King.
No, you won't like
Hajinya dapat lagi dong.
Joins the picture, and Kirk with a combo again to bring down Hajizi also.
Itu. Oke, tombaknya nggak dapat itu bang.
Gonna connect. Kirk though caught by 3. Just doing enough time to delay, and Twisted Minds catches 2.
Would have been a completely different story if Keller's SOT hit. But at the end of the day, it's Twisted Minds who walks away with the victory there. Seems like they're rushing the Lord. They're looking for King Kong. MP found King Kong.
Oh, or did King Kong find MP? He's got to get out of there, though. Uh-oh.
Oh, but
Dapat
Escalera,
dong.
stun. Beautiful outplayed. Dishing out the
Nice.
round. Shut him down. Right in the perfect moment. Even James pops in. Beautiful cast with Dark Wave plus Flicker, but Super Friends was able to cast that ultimate. So it's King Kong down for Onyx.
This game, it feels messy, but they're making so many good plays where they need to. The fight for this Lord, though, is crucial. And Onyx Philippines, they might want to stop this.
Real manipulation dropped down already. Spear of Destruction.
Hey.
But outplayed. Not going to be able to sustain it.
Moskopnya dong duluan bawang.
James might be the next target here. Super Friends in the
What
picture.
the fuck?
They'll be Super Prince.
It's only the magician left. The Lord will be marching out. Onyx did enough to
Moskopnya
minimize
kelamaan
what could have been an absolute
dilepas.
destructive Lord take for Twisted. They'll be able to stop the Lord. Now Twisted has to recover from this because it looked good for them. While Onyx Philippines, both of them recovering, tripping, falling down, getting back up again. It's a back and forth in the most epic proportions.
Oh man, I love it. I love what we're seeing right now for Game 4. The biggest thing that sticks out for me too for Onyx Philippines really is Super Prince again on this Valier. The draft, you know, our panelists were even surprised with it, and Super Prince has been playing really well. As the scales up with the items though, that's where the Valier really turns into a menace for the opposing team.
Yeah.
And we're already starting to see that build up. And they fight for this space around the jungle. King Kong looking for an angle here, or maybe just to take the buff. They might try to go ahead and bait Twisted Minds into a fight. But they might want to not take this as they secure the buff for MP. So crucial things on both sides. Let's take a
Untuk
quick look
golnya
at the
beda 1000
items for
doang,
both
Bang, ya.
teams.
Alright, it's written in the star field right now for Twisted Minds. For the ultimate of Hadji, only up to 2 items, but similar to Super Friends as well. Still neck and neck.
Sebenarnya Hadji tinggal membuka ulti ke Super Prince Chan
already for the Granger.
ke arah
No
dia.
nature defensive item style yet for Kelra, pure
Tapi
damage for the Moscow.
caranya ini yang susah. Gimana caranya?
The King actually decided to rush it as the second item. So that's just a slight adjustment for that. Malefic gun just built up there for the Moskov. Oh man, this is it'll be very interesting. If you notice, no Dominance Eyes built just yet. Still on the way for the third item is for Escalera. But Twisted Minds has been really relying on the passive of the Baksha to be able to reduce the healing coming in on the side of Onyx Philippines. Now that Keller's built up, Twisted Minds are going to be building that Dominance Eyes on that Baksha at the right time. Question is, will they need another? I feel like they'll need another one. And that has to fall onto James' hands.
Itu buffnya udah di backup loh.
And with that, Onyx Philippines, the biggest advantage they had is the amount of space they can maneuver. You know, they've got, what, 5 turrets down to 1 for Twisted Minds. And that's where the advantage on the macro level comes in, especially when we start having to consider the Lord takes here. So for Onyx Philippines to continue to put pressure on the map and work with that advantage is what Twisted Minds has to deal with, and how they are going to approach that. Now, Brusco too, we've seen it time and time again. This Cho is so risky. If he decides to kick the wrong target to go in, James?
When tried to go in there with Infernal Pursuit, MP the King as well. But Twisted Minds decides to back off.
Yeah, you see the threat there of that Valier. Once he got the Vengeance Flame up, the Burst Fireballs, stopping Twisted Minds just enough. MP the King really thought about popping his ultimate, but decided, no, it's going to be way too risky for me if I did that. And now the space provided means Onyx Philippines will be able to start this Lord comfortably. They're just going to be waiting for Keller to get here with an SOD later on. Twisted Minds, if they can pull this off, force a game number 5, momentum will be in their favor.
Okay, Lord is up. Quarter of the health is down. It's going to go for some resets, though. Kelro will stay bottom side. I feel like that's what we see every single time we have the Moskov come to play. We're just holding our breaths once that Spirit of Destruction is thrown out. But it looks like he's just going to join this one up as he makes his way.
Mari kita lihat.
Oh, hold on, Kirk.
Already committed the combo there onto
MP
James.
the King nya.
Enters the picture.
Oh, no.
MP the King.
Ay, kena dong.
With no follow-up for Onyx. King Kong got caught by James. But he's able to cast a weak shadow kill and brought down James.
Mati.
Hadji's with the RWM to bring down King
Itu
Kong.
dia siapanya. Kelranya, Bang.
2 kills swing for Twisted Mind, but the base, Kelra working on the turret.
Okay, it's Hadji. He got back in time. Can he stop Kelra? Can he stop the Moskov? As Twisted Minds are able to get this.
Kena dong. Boom.
Working on Hadji. Winter Crossblade this time connects. Escalera.
Mari.
Escalera wins the fight.
Meledak.
Escalera and Hadji just in time. Stopping the split push. The Lord marching with Twisted. This could be road to game 5.
Oh my goodness. Oh my golly, as Brigida would say. Because that could have been way
Datang apanya
for Twisted Minds.
ban dalam ini.
but they made it happen, and good thing that is a boxer in the hands of Escalera to join the fight that fast.
If this was a Grand Prix, Twisted Minds literally just changed to the hardest of tires, and it's working out very well for them. No way, don't tell me Twisted Minds will actually force Game 5. It's a 5v5 though.
Okay, they're trying to deal out damage. James goes in as well.
Mari kita lihat. Wih, Hajinya. Super push-nya nggak bisa masuk loh. Nah.
James, KK connection, will they be able to do it though? Kelra was able to walk away as King Kong with a wee shadow kill. Gonna bring down James. Outplayed, Escalera has to back off, but they got one inhibitor turret.
And it's not over yet. KK holds on for the gods. King and Kelra holding on for Onic as Twisted Minds have solidified a lead here. It's not the lead, it's just a lead for a moment. Because the towers are too close.
Dipotong kan itu. Super Priestnya nggak bisa masuk.
Oh my goodness, taking a look at the replay again, this was a crucial defense for Onyx Philippines, but even with this, again, that Spear Destruction, Kelra and King Kong, they're together to deal with that and even get James. What a play coming out for Onyx Philippines, but man,
Oke, udah imbang lah sini.
Twisted Minds is
Golnya pun udah imbang, turretnya
elimination
pun
from
udah
the
imbang.
playoffs
Beda satu doang.
They have
Imbang
to
lah.
win this game to get to a Game 5 to keep the hopes alive for now. And once again, we're going to look at the items here before this next objective
Asal
comes
Yve-nya
up.
nggak kena brusku aja.
We saw it in play earlier during the attempt of Kelra to finish the game alone, but that is going to be the item right now for Hadji. I said it earlier, it's written in the star field of the Yve. It's written in Hadji's hands. The pen is in his hands. A great real-world manipulation will reward them. We saw it earlier, but Onyx just got to miraculously defend. Twisted has to do everything they can moving forward
Hampir
to
kena
make sure
ditombak, bos.
Hadji does not die.
Tapi kalau kena kan nggak mungkin masuknya.
Man, that real-world manipulation has been so valuable to just everything that Twisted Minds has been doing, especially when we consider these lords. It's up now. Both teams will go ahead and figure out how they want to approach this. Earlier on, I said, you know, the advantage for Onyx Philippines was the fact that they had all that space to work with. They had the 5 turrets down. They might have gotten a couple more, but Twisted Minds has gotten that as well. Both base turrets to stand for both teams. It'll be Onyx Philippines that starts up the Lord here. They've got positioning. Brusco's got an immortality, and James is going to be the one to scout things out. Lord sitting at half very soft reset while it does evolve. But now this is the question. Where does Escalera go? What angle do they take? And how does Twisted Minds deal with this? Onyx Philippines will take their time here. While James gives them all the information they need.
Di apa nanti, tengok lah.
We're going to see another Lord dance once again. Previously in the last game, Twisted Minds executed Lord dances to perfection. They can replicate it now. Forced out Onyx.
Hey, Super Priestnya.
Plus good steal. They may be able to burst out Super Prince. James goes in.
Nice.
Real world manipulation from Hadji. Gonna bring down Super Prince. King Kong was able to shadow out though. Brusco forced to use the conceal, and they forced back the Sonics.
They've only lost one. That is only one, but that might just be
Itu Super Priestnya susah itu, Bang. Sebenarnya untuk war.
Oh no, are they actually going to try to contest this? Quarter of the health on the
Paksa ya, Bang. Lordnya, Bang, dipaksa, Bang. Aduh.
Oh, Kelra's going down the mid.
Outplay gets the Lord.
Ditinggal dong.
Play there coming in from James. Brusco and Kirk on the chase for him. Brusco got caught again.
Menang itu, Bang.
But the time's up turn for the Twisted Minds, forcing Onyx to back off again.
Alright, it's gonna be a big 5v5. No flickers already for James and Hadji. Super Friends, Kirk and Brusco. Key battles must gone. Escalera will get his revitalized back. Escalera will have to go back and heal, but it seems like he's not gonna do it. Lord pushing down bottom, minion wave up top, not going to be able to get cleared by King Kong as he has to go back for the defense.
Kuncinya di
Minion
Yve.
wave in mid. This could be very
Yve-nya bisa buka ulti.
Can Twisted pull it off?
You're going to have to deal with it. The Lord is so beefy on this side. They don't have
Yve.
much of a front line. Escalera
Jangan kelamaan, Yve.
Used up the revitalize.
Nice.
Manipulation once again. Dark wave from James. Brusco has to back off. King Kong with the shadow though. Escalera quite low, but they might be able to bring down Kirk. One more hit. Escalera picks up another. Keller worked on the Lord. They were able to save
Tiba-tiba ada pause luar kayak gini. What the hell?
Not even a kill trade. King Kong
Tiba-tiba udah
through a trade to
begini loh.
potentially put an end to Twisted Minds' hopes.
Kampret ini.
I'm so surprised because we got in, but
Yeah.
they had complete control.
No, that means Onyx were just able to clear up the waves. We already saw Twisted Minds backing off. The last time we saw that tower, it was exactly at that moment.
Tiba-tiba
Still
Lord
very
dapat
close to going
Onyx,
down, but not down just yet.
bos.
So,
Paus macam
logically,
apa
that
ini?
means Twisted Minds backed off,
Yeah.
played for Lord positioning, and it just turned into a dance, leading to Onyx Philippines getting better positioning. How, unfortunately, we can only assume how they got into better position.
Yeah.
But it led to this. Twisted Minds had a very good shot at that, but MP the King just straight up lost the retry battle against King Kong.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one now. They're on the defense.
War besar tadi itu loh.
He's lost the 2 base turrets earlier on. And with this beefed up Lord at the 24.5-minute mark in this game 4, they're looking to punch in the base. Last base turrets, 2 in base Twisted Minds in the mid and top. Waves are pushing in. They want to put the pressure.
Yo, Yves, tunjukkan ultimu. Masuklah ulti, bos. Itu Lordnya udah masuk, bos.
Immortality will be popped. Hadji dropped down to RWM as King Kong works on the top lane. Lord still up. Twisted Minds trying to defend as much as possible. King Kong jumps in once again, forced out the Winter Crown onto Hadji.
Discipline not over yet. Onyx Philippines though might be able to continue the siege with focusing on the tower in the mid lane.
Yo, mid lane.
So manipulation for Hadji.
Oh, watch Bruce go.
Watch the Bruiser again. They're not gonna overcommit though. As Twisted
Mundur,
Minds
nice.
out the minions.
And they hold on. Twisted Minds will not lose that mid turret. And so both
Kampret
teams
posnya
holding
tadi
on
loh.
to the mid base turrets. A little bit healthier here on this side for Twisted Minds, but ultimately Onyx Philippines was able to make a play based off that Lord. They didn't want to risk too much though. You saw how they went according to that fight.
Yeah.
Ini dia damage dealnya 96.000 untuk outplay, super princess 94.000.
But even just how tanky they seem to be in dealing with that front loaded damage that Onyx Philippines is throwing at them.
Yeah. It seems outplayed should be at around,
Ini membuktikan
I'm guessing maybe 40 stacks on the
Super
Sky
Prince.
Piercer already. Which means maybe that's why Onyx
damage-nya
Philippines is
sakit
also
banget.
being very careful. They know that they can just get cleaned up by the Granger. That so far that they cannot reach right now. Twisted Minds is playing a very tight formation. Despite all the damage Onyx Philippines can throw out, we are at the point of the game where Twisted Minds can hold on. But it doesn't look good for Twisted, as the pressure up top from the minion waves means that they're sacrificing a lot just to make sure that they can get this Lord. MP the King will be the one to clear
Loh,
it up.
dilepas
Onyx
gitu
Philippines
aja kah?
get another one without a problem.
Concealed from Escalera. They're gonna
Boss.
find Kirk, forced out the ultimate. Hadji once again for the RWM, but King Kong will secure
Hajar
the Lord.
terus.
Brusco Immortality will be popped.
Flicker
Forced
out.
out the flicker plus the conceal. No casualties for the Sonics.
And they're able to get out, but still holding it down for the purple.
Ya,
James flickers in.
nice.
Oh, and brings down Super Prince.
They're forcing it.
MP the King onto the back.
Meledak.
King Kong Immortality pop. Keller trying to help him.
Dua orang loh.
King Kong got
Bos.
eliminated. That's 2 members down for Onyx.
Dua orang loh.
Will Twisted Minds even try to stop the Lord? I think they really need to. They don't have enough minion waves in the mid to try and end it. They're gonna get the tower though. Unless, will they brute force it down
Yes,
mid?
They can because there's minions into the middle lane. Escalera is there as well. A lot of flickers. MP the King goes from the back. Brusco might be in trouble
Itu,
here.
minion udah masuk, Bang.
Down. Twisted Minds extends the
Gokil, dua sama bang ya. Tiba-tiba ada pause gimana itu.